Hello, Claudia. Thank you for
Hello.
hello. And hello everyone that is watching this video, of course. Shall we start with a quick introduction?
Of course.
Maybe you want to start first.
Thank you so much, everyone that is listening to this meditation. My name is Claudia Aguilar. I'm from Ecuador, currently living in Panama, and I'm part of the board members of the Dolphin Star Temple. I'm a teacher and also practitioner of the teachings of Amorah Quan Yin of the Mystery School of the Dolphin Star Temple in California. I've been practicing these teachings over 15 years, but for me, it's my whole life since a kid. I have this different experience and learn all the energy. But at the same time, I can say I'm really grounded in the field because I have also a professional career. So I mix both my energy field, my spiritual, and my professional path. But nowadays, since I retired, my soul choose to be more full enlightenment to bring to the people to the field of the consciousness. And DST teachings has been the most accurate for me and my consciousness to connect with these understandings and sharings to the people. Inge, let us know. Introduce yourself, please.
Yes, my name is Inge van Straalen and I am from the Netherlands in Europe. Yeah, I am current president of the Dolphin Star Temple, and I have been walking this path because for me it's a path um, for over 20 years now. I think it's been 22 years since I finished my uh, trainings. So I've been doing a lot of sessions. I'm still giving sessions, and I'm also a teacher of full sensory perception and Pleiadian light work intensive. So uh yeah, and I'm totally in love with this work. And yeah, it is one of my missions to really embody this work and to bring it here on this planet. So that is who I am.
Great. Now everybody knows what we are, what we dedicate, what we most love. And I want to use this time especially because since Inge is the president of the Dolphin Star Temple at this moment, I want Inge to introduce what is the mystery school about it. What is the difference between our mystery school and other mystery school? Why we grounded in Mount Shasta? And finally, what is this play day and light work?
Just a small question to start with.
Yeah, no, but it's more like a deep and a deep
Yeah,
understanding. You know what I mean?
okay. The Dolphin Star Temple is a mystery school, and in a sense, it is a mystery school. No, let me just start over again. Dolphin Star Temple is a mystery school, and a mystery school is a school or is a path that takes you from, wherever you are currently to the path on the path to enlightenment or to awakening, to ascension, whatever you want to call it. So it just gives you tools along the way to help you get to that state of enlightenment. But as all schools, it can only take you like up to a certain point, and then it is up to you to find the rest of the path and to really feel your own guidance in that. And the first part of the path, where you receive the tools from the mystery school, much more like the school type of techniques, that is all aimed to bring you back to yourself, to really bring you back to sovereignty. And that is really for Dolphin Star Temple. It's really bring you back to who you were meant to be, independent. So not to make you dependent on whatever system. So in a sense, it is a system, but it also makes you independent of the system. So it brings you back. It helps you connect with who you truly are, with your own wisdom and knowing, with in my terms, the multi-dimensional being that you're actually are supposed to be, and that you are underneath all these layers of protection and wounding. And the techniques will help you to get back to that multidimensional being that you are. And once you are there, you get back to this state of mastery, sovereignty, and then walk the path to enlightenment. And for Dolphin Star Temple, it is full body ascension. So it is not like, oh, we're just gonna drift up, ascend into a higher dimension. No, we're gonna bring that higher dimension here, these higher frequencies. We're bringing them here, and we are releasing all these things in our body to be able to hold these frequencies in our body. So that is true embodiment, to live these teachings and to live the frequencies and the ethics. So that is why ethics is also a very big part. It's actually the foundation of the Dolphin Star Temple Mystery School. So the ethics, that is your guiding points. And so once you have these frequencies and you embody them, and with the ethics as your foundation, you can find your way, your own way. And that is really what a mystery school is. This is the Dolphin Star Temple Mystery School as channeled by Amorah Quan Yin. And now within that school, I already was talking about techniques. Well, within the mystery school, we use several techniques and different modules or teachings. So one of them is Pleiadian light work and full sensory perception. So really, Pleiadian light work, full sensory perception are just parts of the path. And full sensory perception is like part of that Pleiadian light work. But we also have the opening of Ka channels and dolphin brain repatterning. So there are lots of different techniques that you can use for your path in order to get back to mastery.
Nice. Well, now everybody can understand what we are doing. And what do you think, or what you and your experience also has been the difference between this mystery school in Mount Shasta and other mystery schools? What is you sense the difference?
Well, I think for me, the difference was the foundation. As I said, the foundation in ethics and the full embodiment through the Ka channels. So, and the Ka channels are a way of opening up yourself to anchoring your higher self in your physical body even more. So, and that is very specific to the Dolphin Star Temple Mystery School. But, there are many mystery schools, and, there are different paths, and it really depends on what resonates with you. You will feel it because it's such a growth path. It's not just a technique you learn, even though you could use it, as just, a technique you learn, but it really is a path of reaching ascension, enlightenment. So it is really in you. What do you feel called? If you feel the call, it is for you. But yeah, to really yeah, make it very specific. What makes the Dolphin Star Temple different is the Ka work. So really embodying the higher self frequencies.
That is really important to understand. What is this Ka body? And what is the difference between the Ka body and the Merkaba? But to people to understand, because maybe there is a lot of people that are aware about the teachings of Merkaba, probably Drumbalo Melchizedek, probably even Kundalini, but we want
Yeah,
to
but
really know what is
what
this Ka.
yeah, okay. So Merkaba, Ka, it is part of the teaching. So, it is a technique. And once you get that outside of the whole path, outside of the school, you run the risk of, opening it up to all these other things, to shadows or, yeah. Anyway, so, but that is also a difference. But really the Ka body, the divine double, it's like who you can be. It you could say the way I always see it, but there are many explanations, of course. But for me, the Ka body is really the body of our soul. And then really, but not the third dimensional part of it, but really
Exactly.
that part that you could say fifth. I think it's actually Pleiadians are saying that it's above fifth
The fifth and
dimensional.
sixth
It's
dimension.
like a seventh dimensional body. So that is, your seventh dimensional frequency that you get to live. If you open yourself up and you release all that, yeah, keeps you from fully embodying that seventh dimensional body, that divine double, then yeah, you can actually fully step into that and really raise your frequency, and not just your frequency, but once you do that, you can raise the frequency of all those around you.
That is really profound. I will add that when we develop this and for prepare the physical body for this Ka in tuning, this Ka bonding, the soul start to operate. We we just receive the teachings, and then the soul start to be more anchored in our physical body. That is a lot of physical work. Our body start has better communication with us. We start to eating differently. We start to tuning with our food. We start tuning with the exercise that we need to bring. We start to like see and aligning everything around, because our physical body knows it has to be preparing. Then in our teachings, what we do is prepare. There is a lot of dots in this Ka body. It's similar to the Chinese meridian dots that you can find it, but specifically the soul has certain connections that we need. Like every time that we read these dots and we unlock and reconnect, because it's a full reconnection. But this is like a high level. We
It
start with
is,
the
yeah.
small levels, then we are going. And when you clear a lot of shadow and you step in and see your internal, I don't call it shadow. For me, is my creation to survive in this reality. And when we step in and we stop this creation and said, I see you, you cannot choose for me anymore. And the soul starts to be more anchored. And at that moment, the soul starts to bring, okay, I need a physical body, it's okay. And then this calm, even we activate it, we start to running each point, and we go point by point, preparing all the physical body. So this embodiment can be as fully in the physical body. So our whole universe around us start to change. The people that we attract, the things that, but also repellent. The things that are not alive, just like a explosion, they explode. The people that has a lot of tensions, a lot of greeting, a lot of low frequency, because they experience that. Also, when they were closed, they cannot stay in or feel. They just move out many times. Even with love, we said, thank you so much because you are sharing with me and let us me to be part of your experience. But basically, with this Ka, it's so important to you understand what the difference between our school or the teachings. We are not the ones that bring these teachings. It's your soul that take these teachings and bring the awareness of herself, embodiment, and your body. And they just use these tools to start to, from your soul, playing. From your soul, you start to be more anchored in this reality. And everything changes set. It's like a more conscious. It's basically the conscience. So this is really wonderful. And for me, has been the difference in different teachings. You have earth teachings, like shamanism. Shamanism is beautiful because it's the evolutionary path in our way. But the part of the cosmic that we have within, inherent in our DNA, that also this emotional part. And of course, this path comes to the soul, and the soul at least take it and start to decide what takes from this teaching, from another teaching, from another teaching to resonate. So it is more like a magnetism. So I love that we share with you what our teachings are capable of when you get deep in. And for us, we are not teachers, we are only sharers, people that share this knowledge. But the master is you. The master is the person to start to learn and start to master themselves. So we don't call ourselves as teachers. We use the word teachers because it's the word that people understand, but we are IQ. We are sharing all these soul teachings, and we connect with your soul, and we wish from our deeper love that also you, from your soul, start to experience yourself, basically. So
Beautifully put.
thank you. This is for me in my perceptions. So I like the technical part because I see in myself. Also, there is plants in the field. When you work with the nature, there is plants that do some kind of this work, but it's not the same that you were aware. You unlock this point, for example, this one, father, and you feel like a guiltiness or something, or you have a abandonment, but you don't know why it's there. And then you reconnect this one with the one behind, and then you find out the connection, and then you clear that, but you are conscious, and you start to take different direction. Your reaction, you start not react. This is the first thing that we get engaged from the Dolphin Star Temple. We start to stop the reaction of the things that are like a triggering us. We stop the reaction. That for me is a life game changer. If you
Mm.
see all days in your life, what we're doing is react to our thoughts. They choose what we do, basically. That is the most conscious level of the planet Earth. But when you get into the teachings of the soul, the soul step in, and they said, no, it's not the mind, it's me. And start to stop these programs. And then you said, who I am. And you start to make deeper questions, but then you becoming yourself and you start to stop the mind. And then you just play and don't react. Just
Mm.
observe. And you create a reality from inside because the soul choose to the reality. And they said, I will move this, move that. And you do exactly the action. It's not like a bigger things. No, you do the exact few actions and everything start to move, but everything comes inside. This is what we do, basically. In terms of simple terms, it's what we love to do, it's what we love to share. We don't teach, we share our experience, or the magnetics of the soul start to connect with you. And our frequency is like at the fifth dimension. In the fifth dimension, when you meet a fifth dimension being, and you met this fifth dimension, the way we communicate is not only telepathic, it's in harmonics. Everything this being is everything we are, we start to share. So that's why in that dimension there is not there is no layers, there is not low frequencies like these dimensions, because everything is shared, and we become one because they live in oneness. that is the resonance that we want to bring here also to this reality. And that's why we're
It's the
here
unity
sharing
field.
with you.
It's the unity field, and it was here like eons ago, but it got destroyed, and it's, we're just we're bringing it back, all of us.
Okay, so Inge, I want to tell me how you step in these teachings. What is your story? How you step in these teachings of the Dolphin Star Temple?
How I got to the Dolphin Star Temple.
Yeah,
Uh okay. Um
this is really interesting.
so many stories. It just feels like
Yeah.
all the past led me to here. But the main path was really fear, because I was always afraid of things that I saw. And as a kid, I just remembered seeing or feeling all these dark things running through my room. And I would hide underneath the covers in the night, thinking, okay, okay, just don't see me, just don't see me. And you know um I could not sleep without the lights on. So yeah, I learned to deal with the darkness and things that were, yeah, just outside of my reach. You could just, I could just feel them lurking behind the curtains or behind the door, and I would be afraid to go into a certain space, all those things. Um, and when I got older, I started having nightmares and being chased by creatures and stuff. And up to a certain point that, it really started interfering with my life. And I was a student at the time, and living in a student house, and I could not leave the house without leaving all the lights on and the TVs. And my roommates or my housemates would get really annoyed with me. But I'd be afraid if I were uh, if I was coming back to this house that was in darkness and there was no sounds or whatever. So I needed that. And I was smoking and everything to kind of hide myself. Anyway, up to a certain point that a friend of mine said to me, Inge, you cannot live like this anymore. So I started looking for help. So that, started a whole path, a whole journey looking for answers. And, that took me to Reiki, to Merkaba, teachings, all those things. But, I still could not handle all those shadows around me. And that's why I do call it shadow work, because for me it's always been for coming out of the shadows and learning how to deal with that. And then I found Amorah Quan Yin, her book, and I started reading that, one of her books, and it was just like, oh my gosh, this is it. And I understand now. I know what is happening to me and to the world. I get it now. So that's when I started my journey with full sensory perception classes, FSPs. And, after the first weekend of class, I just, I knew how to deal with the shadows around me. I knew how to face my own fears and what to do. I had the tools, and those tools were so important to me. I could use these tools in my nightmares to escape, So, and I'm not saying that I ran away from it. No,
Sometimes,
these
yes. Why not? We need
they
to run away.
no, but I didn't. Well, that's the thing. I stopped running. And even in my nightmares, I could just use the tools, and you know, the shadows or the soulless creatures that were following me just disappeared. So that is what it did to me. And I knew I wanted more. And it just felt like home right from the start. So that was my journey, like really short.
Yeah, it was really short. And I know her
This is the
journey is
short
like a lot
version,
of things.
but there's
Oh
so
my
many
God.
stories. But for me, that is at the core of it. It gave me back, well, my self-confidence, and it gave me empowerment. So that's why I love it so much, that empowerment. So how about you?
Oof. I don't know how I will be so quickly as you, but I will let me a moment to tune in with myself to feel how will become the observer of myself to explain this. Um, Everything for me starts when I have this kind of dreams. When I was kid, I remember since I was 3, almost 4 years. I have full memories of that. And what I happens is always go out of my body, see my body in the bed, see my parents' bodies floating with a light, like a light from that floating and the body. And I said, oh, they are doing that because the wind can took the bodies out. Anyway, I will sneak in and going out. At the beginning, for me, it was weird. And I thought it was dreaming, but I knew it was not dreaming. And so I asked to Mom, do you have this kind of thing? You go out of the body, but and I explained, I see you, but you don't come with me. You are sleeping. And she said, oh, no worries. This is dreaming. You can do that. And then I didn't know how to tell her that all the time going out, I had to go out from the ceiling because it's the zinc ceiling, and I couldn't go out for the wood because my house was wood. I live in the gold mining place in Ecuador, so I was my birth was in mountains, lakes, and basically quartz and gold. So a lot of wood. All the house was wood. So I couldn't go between the wood because the wood feels weird. I see like the layers in between the wood and the light between the wood. It was more easy going for the ceiling. And then I start to have these things anyway. So one day I said, my mom, these are not dreams. I'm going out, I see another beings. There are beings that playing with me. The trees plays with me. There's another beings, a small beings that has adult faces that all the time give me gifts, like a small things. And for me, it's the most funny part. It's like it's amazing because in the day I playing, I study, and then I'm going out and playing more. So it was like a all day playing. It was so fun, so really fun. And my mom says, no worries. One day I proved her that it was not dreams. I couldn't go out of the body in the day, and I proved her it was not dream. I couldn't hear everything she was doing, and I told her you were doing this, and that. And she said, it's impossible. You were sleeping. And I was in the other room outside the house. How you could do that? I explained her. And then she started to see me differently. But my mom is really smart, and she took me in a really wet way. But it was at the 14 years that I found my best friends, and they explained me, no, what you have is astral troubles. I said, okay. And everything changed. And this best friend, of course, we are light people. We don't came alone. We have a universe inside. So that universe starts to just, if you ask me why I'm here, the only question that I have is for love. We came back for love. Here is people that we love. Here is people that we can connect with their inner self, with the inner soul. So our only reason we come back is for that. When we are feeling, when we are doing what we can, we will live. And that's it. It's not big history, not big purpose. It's only love and has been the same all the time. So I find my friends, my BFF,
That's a pretty big purpose, by the way.
is the only one. And
It's
that's
the
it.
only one, yeah. So
That's it. It's the only answer and the only question has the
yeah.
same answer all the time. So then, yes, basically, my friends introduced me for another teachings, gnosis, shamanism, metaphysics. We study everything. We have a teacher that bring us all these teachings. We study like all the things. So we learn Latin. We learn or you cannot imagine what we learn. we start to chasing, we start to meeting, not chasing, meeting extraterrestrial beings because we have the ability to go out to the body. So anyway, for me, it was the fun part of my life, but at the same time has my normal life. And I said normal because what I understand at this age, as observer of myself, is the part of me doesn't want to like scare others. The part of me just create a version of me that fitting in this reality, but knowing in me that I'm not what I'm creating. It's only a part of me that I need to like fitting in the others and then play from that side, from inside. But one day, I was doing that like a long time, and then I discovered like I start like I have this ambitious, this it's not good or bad. It's not about that. It's about like getting higher, higher. I love my background is technology and business, so I love what I do. I love everything I do. So, and that background, I get like a lot of how is said high positions, handling Latin America, and have a sea level. And then my soul says, you know why you are doing this? Because for you it's easy. For you it's easy to navigate, but this is not what you are here. And I said, so one day I was in this multinational, and one of my closest friends says, hey, I was living already in Panama, but very important. My teachings, when I start these teachings, 2010, I get separated from my husband at the time. And then I start to knowing before that the teachings of Amorah in a meditation. It was more than meditation, it was a past life. I have a past life that I was in a planet that exploded. And for me in Spanish, malo, it looks like bad. So I said, oh, it's a place called Malek. So it's like, I don't think it's a good thing. I was scared, but I was so attached to the kind of helmet or a kind of crystal. They have some kind of knowledge. I was so frustrated because my soul wants to stay in the planet and choose to stay and explore with the planet because it's what we create. So it was the right thing to do. But at the same time, my soul says, but all this knowledge, it will be lost. You need to leave and bring this knowledge. And so many ships like are moving out, and I didn't try to escape. It's like my frequency, the body of that time is a body that can fly, can move. So my body tried like against. It was really weird thing, really weird thing. But at the end, I don't know what happened. I came back. I take out this helmet like being more fully myself in the lifetime, know what it was at that time. And the person that helped me to do this thing bring me back a book and said, this woman has the same experience as you and the same planet. And she is a teacher, she is a master. You should read this book. I was playing and like working at that time. And then I connect with playing and like working. So my best friend, she already knew her and she met her. She had the teachings, she had the classes. And 2010 tried to go to Mount Shasta, but I had this breakout and I couldn't. And I stayed. And then I have baby losses, and then my husband passed away. And Amora passed away 2013, and then I went 2014, and I take all the classes. And the same in the same year that my husband passed away, basically. And everything took me there. You don't have an idea how all those beings that from Mount Shasta, for the city of light there, came to my house. I was clairvoyant, my best friend also, one of my best friends. And he also saw those beings and said, I'm crazy. All the time, I'm a scientific person, believe it or not. I need proofs. I need proofs. Well, if not, I feel, oh no, this is cuckoo. This is cuckoo. I need proofs. So everything at that time brings me to California. I don't have to do anything. The money, everything set up for me. I was scared to going alone because I was so broke inside at that moment. And then there was another person from my country going to the same time. And he becomes one of my best friends until now. And yes, basically that brings me to these teachings. So I can tell you, it's like when you are tuning to this knowledge, this consciousness, you don't need to do anything. Everything will be aligned. Everything that if you decide so, if you don't decide, you have fear, You need to work on the fear. At that moment, I was so broke. I don't have nothing to lose. And I see all these beings speaking to me, come to me and checking me if I was ready, prepare me, not was ready, prepare me to be there. And then everything moves around. And then I came to the teachings, and basically that helped me too much to create my life, to create everything I want. I retired so early, and decided by the end, my soul says, you didn't come to do what you are doing, because for you it's easy to play in this world. What you are coming here is to just be for you first, and be in love with others, and share that from your love. And for me, it was so profound, because I was scared of that. My unconditional love. I was so scared, because I felt like when you give love, people are not ready to receive love. Because ourselves, we are not ready sometimes to feel ourselves
Mm.
love. We have so much criticism, we have so much judgmental, especially in Latin America, with the Catholicism, with the religious part. We have a lot of things to release. But then this soul, full unconditional love, start to step in full embodiment, everything changes. And you just can be like observer. Is for me what these teachings brings to me, becoming an observer, but fully present. And this soul part is the one that brings everything. And that's why I met also my higher self, was amazing. I didn't knew what it was higher self when she introduced to me. I said, who are you? And she said, you called me. I was in 2010. I was this breakout, like I changed everything. And then she basically bring me to the Dolphin Star Temple. I saw this
Ah,
being like a diamond being. She said was from sixth dimension, and she was there for helping me. I couldn't have babies, and she just put her hands on me and said, "It's not that you couldn't. You have to understand why you choose this experience. It's what the answer is. That answer is what you need to seek." But at the end, I said, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. You are from the light. You are from the light, taking out like I were an entity. It was so funny. And then she says to me, for who you think you are the most important being in the whole universe? And I asked myself, I said, for myself. And then she turned me back and see my eyes on her diamond body. You are me. And she says, yes, I am you. And the version of yourself that I already passed all these things. And I will not give you the answer. I will make you the right questions. So for me, what also we do, we don't give you answers, because the answers has no point when we don't have the consciousness to understand it. What we work is in taking out or showing you your perception. So how you perception? Your perception is with five senses. But here in the FSP1, for example, you embody the full senses. So you
so
have
just
clairvoyance.
sorry to interrupt. So FSP is full sensory perception.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. So because your reality is in fixed senses, you need to see, you need to hear, you need to speak, but because that is your limitation. Because we were acknowledged of this from kids in all cases, we acknowledge that we have another senses. Inge has the fear because she sees, she feels, she senses. I have the same feeling that feels and sense, and we know there is something else. I have this out the body experience and see all these beings, and I speak with them, not with my mouth, with my mind. So for me, it was easy to hear things, you know, telepathic. The telepathic is not in the mind, by the way. Just let you know, it's here. We have here something else that is connected here with the soul. So we hear with the soul, basically, not with the mind. So then the FSP came and make you full embodiment, and that is the consciousness. So when you connect with your own consciousness, with your own soul, this perception start just pulling down, pulling down. So when you met a higher being, when you have these conversations, you don't have answers. You have questions to question your perception. And that is life-changing. Everything goes back to you. You are the sovereign. You are the embodiment of your soul. I think also Inge can help us with this because she is so expert in a part of the sovereign being. And I would love to hear about her, how she expressed the sovereign part of the soul.
So how I express the what?
The
The
sovereign,
soul? The
sovereign part.
sovereign part of the soul. Oh, well, actually, when you really truly connect with the soul, I mean, the soul in itself is sovereign. There's no other way that it can be. So everything always comes back to the soul, and the soul, really the essence of the soul. We can give it lots of names, but in the end, it is also, well, it's love, light, and truth. These things combined, those are the essence of who we are. That's this also this the life spark. The soul is kind of what connects all those different parts. Anyway, we're getting really technical, but yeah. So once you really connect with that essence, and you are sovereign, and then it will help you see through all the illusions that we live in. So the illusions, and everything basically is an illusion. So, time, space, everything around is matter. It's all illusion. So when you really connect with the soul, when you really are just pure soul, yeah, you are. Well, actually, that is it. You are.
You are, exactly. You are. So we are not what we think. Who is thinking? It's a question. Who is thinking? And who is speaking? And this is who I am? Uh-huh. You got it. You feel it? Yes. This is the break. Who is speaking? This is who I am. And you feel no. That no. Find out what is this no and what is really you. And that is the beginning. And that is an
Mm,
answer that is within you. We give you only the tools, and you are the one to discover. Every soul has their own unique frequency. Unique frequency, every soul. And the way the consciousness works within them is also unique. We only share the tools as Inge and I, we have the same teachings, but the soul frequency has their own way to understand. But at the end, when we feel and we sense and we share, the energy match. We don't need to have too much effort. Our minds want to point out things, when we connect soul to soul, it's the same thing, it's the same frequency. And that is the difference when you connect with mind and when you connect with soul. As Rumi says, I choose to love with my soul if my mind forgets, and my heart stops. So that is what is soul means for us.
yeah. Yeah. It's the same, and yet it is different.
Yes.
I love that, because every soul has a different flavor. I like to speak in flavors, but you can also say a different color, but so it has this,
It's tasty
yeah, well,
flavors. I like it.
yeah, well, it is a different flavor.
Tasty.
But if you're more like a visual person and not as
I'm foodie
tactile.
person. That is perfect for me. Flavors. I like.
Well, yeah, but there is so much variety and everything together, and so much variety, and then when you put everything together, there's unity, and not everything is the same. So diversity in unity, or unity in diversity, it actually works both ways.
Well, then what the FSP? With these days, we want the people know what FSP. So can you tell us, Inge, what FSP and your own words and your learning and your path?
For me, FSP is, gosh, how would, in my own words, FSP is really the foundation of everything. It starts with giving you back to yourself. So you receive techniques to deal with everything that is holding you back from embodying your soul, really, from being who you really are. And it gives you all these tools to deal with illusions. So in the first level of full sensory perception, you learn about full sensory perception. It's you learn how to, and I don't like the word control. So I'd say you learn how to master these these different senses. So you learn how to master energy. So how to read energy, how to say yes to energy, how to say no to energy, and yeah, for yourself and to other people. And then as you move along to level 2, we'll look into the subconscious, like what is there, what is holding me back that is not really in front of my face, but that is so painful that I pushed it back, maybe from my childhood or past lives, or in different bodies, all those things, but I still feel that, yeah, that influence on me. And then you grow into level 3, and it is more along like hearing the soul, really clearing all the paths that, yeah, are blocking your essence. So, and that is full sensory perception. That is really where you become, well, a practitioner. So, but really a master of energy. So you learn to master your energy. And through that, you can help others also to become more sovereign. That
I
for
will,
me,
I would love to
that's,
add,
yeah,
because I think she get everything in one. Our teachings, we have the foundation, full sensory perception. We have 3 levels, 1, 2, and 3. For me, my favorite, it will be the third one.
yeah, mine
Because,
too. Yeah.
yeah, it's like it's totally different. It's not what you have them first. And the first is like what you have, but you don't know. It's like embody the full senses. So all the senses start to activate, hearing, listen, sensing, and then you learn how to manage your energy, how to sense the other energy. And business is really good, believe me, really good, because you can basically everything, you setting the space to engage to the most high frequency. If not the most high frequency for you, that thing it will break, that thing it will not happen. But this is the best way for you, and you start to trust in that, and everything moves in the better way. In FSP2, you manage all the unconscious. You go, what is so painful, as Inge explained, is so well, so really well, and because it's so painful, you don't want to see, you just borrowed inside, but it's there. So that's the difference between psychology and therapy and what we do. We are not doing therapy, we're not doing all of those things. What we do, we're reading soul to soul. And your soul, you learn how to read your soul and the soul of others. And then this, when the soul communicates, you see this is who is speaking. Is the mind, it's not the soul. Basically, everything is like that. But the soul in the second part start to speak and say, I need you to go here. This is the instruction point. I need to clear that. And you learn the tools, how you go in there to clear that, not only in the mind, move the emotion that was stuck in that moment, move the energy that was stuck in that moment, and what part of the body and other parts of the body that was baking up like a program. You remove dot by dot, and then you make an agreement with those parts, those behaviors, what is more aligned to divine truth. This is love, this is innocence, this is maybe whatever is suited for your soul, and you choose a new behavior because you are conscious what was the session point and how was the behavior for the reaction, and then you find out the root cause. And the third level is magical. because you already cleared a lot of things. You already know more what you're saying. You had a really nice conversation between you and yourself. You becoming your best friend. Best friend, I mean, really your best friend, but like overall. And the third part is amazing because it's the female male synchronization. The female male, and you learn that you don't wish like somebody came to complete you. You understand that you are complete. If there is something that is not complete yet, you clear it to be complete. And from that perspective, it's amazing. Even the people that arrive to your life has more in tuning at that frequency. That is amazing. The soul brings these beings to you. We don't come alone. That is not true. We came with a lot of souls that came with us in this journey. We came for them also. So level 3 is basically the soul telling you what she came to do here. What is your real tuning? More like a purpose is what the frequency of the soul is. You decide if you choose it or not, but she will tell you like a straightforward. There's no way you can like no. And that is the integrity part. When you tune in this side also, it's really important that you know, and this part is the integrity. As Inge said, the ethics, but the integrity. The integrity, because you start to listen, you start to learn. You can moving around like, because you like the matrices of the mind, the the fear, the desire, you like this matrix. You want to move around, but the integrity of the soul always will bring you to your own path. And that is a frequency. That integrity is something that you will master because it's your soul will choose. So in the third level, what you will learn is that connection more fully aligned. Your physical body start to have changes. Your physical face. I see my pictures of when I start the first one, when I ended, and 1 year later, I unrecognize myself. It's other person. Physically, your body change because you are more conscious of everything. You are moving a lot of emotions from your body. So you are a little bigger, you start to be slimmer because you remove a lot of emotions has the most things that get you a little bigger because you have a stock. It's so painful. It's not only what exercise you do, no, it's more things, it's more in the energetic field, and you learn how to remove it. If you love so much, you can also teach to others, share, or do sessions, or do whatever you choose, or use for your own business, or for if you are an employee and your own field. I mean, this is not limited, but at the end, your consciousness it will bring you to your soul path, and you
So,
will feel good with that.
so what was it for you in one sentence that FSP, full sensory perception, has brought you?
To myself, I fully embody my soul, basically. I couldn't lie myself anymore. I thought that being created this being for this reality, it was okay, and was who I am. I will be hiding in prepaid only for my closest. And then myself said, no, this is not who you are. Who you know who you are, and that is the only thing has to is rely on this reality to full embody myself, basically.
Okay, to embody that. So really, if I interpret that, that it could that be like that you could no longer deny your soul, or you had to really live from what you knew, that what was true for you, that you could not lie to yourself anymore by doing other things.
Well, it's easy to understand. I create a version of me that match with the frequency of this reality, and my soul says, you didn't came to match this frequency. You are the frequency, and you have to tune it that frequency. That is my frequency. The frequency that can choose is not is what I choose to be. So where my soul chooses to be says, she is the one that can speak about different topics, but from the consciousness. I said, even you do this, there is a price behind. I see the price behind of the things. Even I know many people does, and my soul says, I will not do that anymore. So I choose to tune in my soul. Because I thought that it was normal to create this version of me for this reality. And then my soul said, no, this is illusion. You don't need to do that. Be yourself. And that's it. I said, but the people is not ready for my craziness. But they know you are capable of. Look all the things you achieve in this reality. But they don't know why you achieve it. Because you were seeing the things they cannot. You were hearing the things they cannot. They need to see why you were so successful. How you achieve all these things. It's because who you are. I said, people are not ready. They don't understand. I was all those questions. So what is the difference between the consciousness, the soul? This is an explanation of my higher self, because I have all these doubts also. And my higher self explained me. The consciousness is who is speaking with me without the mind. And is you? I said, no, now, let me tune in. Yes, the part of you that has innocence, curiosity, this is the people call the self, this is your consciousness. But the consciousness is an instant. So the soul is the container of all those instants. That's when you embody the soul, you embody the whole history, the whole instance. You can call that past lives, but it's consciousness, pure consciousness, full consciousness. And I asked to myself, so who are you? I'm part of your soul, but I'm the consciousness that I already have embodied all the consciousness. That's why I'm here to helping you. And then I discovered myself that, oh, I can feel it. It's something that I cannot tell. I can tell you in this way, but it's something that my body experience. And at soul level, it's the knowing that you know. Sometimes happens something that you don't know, but you know that is real. You know that is it. Yeah, this is how we feel, how embrace. The embrace doesn't come in the gut, in the mind. So when you see an idea and you like it and your mind starts to blowing out, okay, this is ego. When you see something that is really deeper and you feel the gut here in the stomach, yeah, this is physical. It's good, but it's still physical. When you feel something and your chest just explode and monetize, and you feel a sense of being like your energy was like a 1 kilometer around, and you feel so happy, yeah, that is the soul. And that happens only when you're tuning with who you truly are. And that is something that full sensory perception brings to you. To work a lot, it will not be, it depends on the consciousness anyway. But this is a path. It's not like I do this and then I'm ready. No. The soul all the time is expanding, and requires, she will bring you more stuff. Now I want you learn to dance Sufi, because when you do spinning, you help me to do this, and that. The soul start to bring you many things, but the way the soul bring the things to your life is a way that much more high frequency. It's not like a ego side, like a fear side, like a desire side. It's more like, oh, will help me to release this. This will help me to do this. And this will be so enjoyable. I want you, one day my soul asked me, I want you to learn how to play violin. I said, I didn't play any, I only do flauta. And then I was so good playing violin. I make a past life, and a past life I do that. My brain was so like, can I explain you how my brain just shut off and be in non-automatic, but so it's like I shut off here, and my soul like I just playing, and my brain was delighted. So that is been tuning with the soul, basically, for me.
Okay. All right. One more question for you, because you are a teacher of FSP. Um, what what is your specialty? What do you bring? What is your flavor of
Yeah,
FSP?
I always I like to say there is a book, the four love ways, the 4 ways of love, I think. There is a book, right? It is really famous, The Four Ways of the People Love. And I remember reading a long time ago, and I said, the way I love is not here. So if you ask to me as teacher, is my unconditional love, the way I connect with others. I love to connect to the soul. It's like a fifth dimension thing. It's like I felt everything for that being, and that being can feel everything for me. And all the time that I master that, all the time that I connect from that space, everybody's so beautiful. There is no being on this planet that is not so beautiful. So the way I do my teachings is trying to connect this part of me that see the beauty in everything, because it feels the beauty in everything, to the person, to the animal, to everything around, basically. And I feel back this energy. Even they don't understand how it works, but it's like that. So I can read even the more what they thought think there is darkness. It's just only pain, it's only sadness, is sometimes things that they get from parents. I don't know. This can be many things, but this is my specialty as a teacher. When I teach, I try to the people from the beginning connect from the soul and difference. What is the mind? What is the God? What is the physical? Because we have all those feelings also. We have these five senses, but the other
Mm.
ones. So what I love to master to the people is they connect with the soul, basically. And the higher self connect with myself. Higher self bring me perspectives, break my perspectives. And my soul start to embrace, has more grounded in me. And then I can basically just I call like in quantum physics, entanglement. I just do like this. I have this experience when I end the FSP3. Since I have this out of body experience one day, when I finished FSP3, like 2 months later, I went to one place. There is a city of light in Latin America. This is the Andes City of Light. So I knew what one of the entrance, and I went there sneaky, and I meditate, and I get to the guardian of that city, and he provide me what I need. And that night I gone out. They took me out basically, and I went to Astral, and I saw the city really beautiful. But after that, the same guy took me out, and I went to a lake with dolphins, and that dolphins started to moving me around, and I felt so profound love. It can felt, and if I can use another word in that and this physical reality, but the people are not ready for listening that. So I will choose the word love. And it was weird. I said, "What is this? Oh, this is weird." And then I acknowledge what I'm saying. They took me from soul to soul, and and then is what I felt when I met somebody. I can just say like, I had to just say like this, but what it felt when I deeply connect is this kind of entanglement. So I like to teach this from the beginning, like the soul connects to the soul, and the soul can be read. And don't worry if you have shadow. Everybody has their own shadow, but see what is behind, and always you will find love, and always you will find a way to learn. Doesn't mean you need to put your limits. You need, that part is really strong and said, it's ready, not ready. It's really, you just tuning with this part. That's what I'm saying. Okay. This is for me. What is yours?
I'd have to say empowerment and discernment. So, yeah, really live, well, yes, from a soul perspective, because everything I do is from a soul perspective, but really choose. And, I give people the option to choose and give them back to themselves. So, well, sovereignty, really, that is so important to me. And so sovereignty, empowerment, really, and mastery over their own energy. And so really, but yeah, that is basics, really, because if you have that mastery, you can choose again. If you have, if you lose all the ego stuff and all the wounding, then we can go back to having free will again, because then we can truly choose without, because what choice is it? What choice do we have? Are we really free to choose if we're so burdened down by all these, ancestral wounds or whatever, we're carrying from society or whatever. So really giving people back to themselves, empowerment, free will, and that all one of my really strong things that I always emphasize is ethics, because without ethics, there's nothing. That it is your compass. So yeah, that is my thing. So I help you navigate this strange reality that we're in, and I help you, and I give people the tools to navigate and to get back to where they really want to be.
That
That's
is
it.
profound. It's so grounded.
Yeah, very grounded. Yeah.
Yeah, our teachings are really grounded. Here, everybody understand this reality. They match the physical and the energetic field, but grounded. You are not in the lights like cuckoo around. You are
No,
so
even though
grounded.
people may think that, because we're
Yeah,
working with ascended masters, with archangels, with Pleiadians, Syrians, Andromedans, and people think, oh, they're up there. No, we're bringing
no,
that
not at
here.
all. It's like
No.
you are doing you have your own company and you have to dealing with business people. You need to know your energy. Where you're dealing with
Yeah, but
IT,
even yeah, but even that,
different.
even if you're just in the path for you, not for it to become a business, the first thing you will learn is how to ground and how to be here, because without that, I mean,
You cannot,
actually all
yeah.
the tools, a lot of these things are not very safe.
Yeah,
So
yeah, basically it's that we give the tools and the people start to using it, but basically it's the knowing that when you grounded, when you prepare the field where you are, how to prepare this field for everything, for everything, basically.
yeah.
Just like it's for me to put in my students is that when you wake up, you have a routine. You wash your hand, you wash your hands, you wash your face, you brush your tooth. You have also to brush your energy. You have to prepare your body for the day. And at the end of the day, and between the day, you need to remove the things that are picking out connections. When we connect with other people, we have cords, physical cords, etheric cords. You need to disconnect because you keep connecting. This is not healthy. You need to put boundaries. So
It's
also keep
energetic, it's
energetic
spiritual hygiene,
boundaries. You
basically.
have
Yeah.
energetic physical boundaries. Like I say, no, exactly is the same in the energetic field. So important to you add this layer of understanding because you are playing only with five, but no, nobody plays with five senses. Everybody's playing with all the senses, but they are like a sleeping. Some another ones have the feeling, they sell the feeling, but you work with all the senses, believe it or not, because this reality, five senses can match like a 30% of the reality. When you have the full senses, you probably will match this between 60 and 70% of the reality. So you will feel and sense the person in front of you. You will feel and sense the space around you. But when you are from the soul, you create the space from you to outside. And everything is in harmonics. That is the level these tools will bring you. Create reality from the soul. Being grounded. You don't wish to have money because you want. You wish to have abundance because you have the abundance. You choose receive and create abundance. It's not the same feeling, but you get that. It's not the same feeling, but you go in that. But
Yep.
don't. Yeah, basically that. So we are grounded and this reality. It's not like we can speak about these tools, but we'll bring all these tools to reality and full embodied, full physical embodied. That is the difference between our mystery school teachings the just like 5D teachings that nowadays you can see, right? I would love to have a video talking about Kundalini. I'm so worried about the Kundalini thing that I see around everybody.
I know, I know.
Kundalini activation. Oh my God. You know what I'm doing? You activate Kundalini without unlocking unconscious, clearing the unconscious. You are becoming a bomb, a nuclear bomb. Kundalini is the most, well, this is another long topic. We
Just
need to
let
prepare
go,
for that.
let go
Yeah,
of that fear.
definitely. So I think this is covered all our teachings, but you understand we want to share with you what has been for us, how was this calling, how was this calling for us in our reality, and why we dedicate to share these teachings with others. As we said, we are not teachers, we use that word, but we are the sharing people that share the tools, and your soul took it and learn, not learn, remember. This is a big
Yeah, I
difference.
know. So
Yeah.
if you want to have more information about Dolphin Star Temple and the teachings, you can go to our website, www.dolphinstartemple.org, and you can find the practitioners if you want to experience a session before, or yeah, just you need help along your path. We have beautiful practitioners that can help you on your way. And there is also a list of all the classes coming up.
Yes,
So,
you can visit
and of
us
course, if you have
also on
questions,
social media.
yeah,
Take it.
and yeah, of course. And if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments, and we will get back to you.
Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.